Alrighty guys, we're back for Liliana Lockdown, and this is a Lost Caverns of Ixalan Standard Brew, and I'm Redcat. Let's go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, rockin' all for Liliana of the Veils. 3 mana, 3 loyalty, legendary planeswalker. Got that +1, each player discards a card. Got that -2, target player sacrifices a creature, and that -6, separate all permanents target player controls into 2 piles. That player sacrifices all permanents in the pile of their choice. A powerful planeswalker, guys, and this is actually just a build around of Liliana of the Veil, as we have a whole discard theme going on in here too, all while trying to be a little bit aggressive as well. So we have the Raven Man. This is a 2 mana 2/1 legendary creature, human wizard. At the beginning of each end step, if a player discarded a card this turn, create a 1/1 blackbird creature token with flying. This creature can't block, unfortunately, but a 1/1 flyer could go a long way, especially when you're generating one every turn, hopefully. Bottom ability here for 3 and a black. You can tap this. Each opponent discards a card. Activate only as a sorcery. Nice. Okay, more ways to discard. We got Concealing Curtains here as a 1 mana 0/4 with Defender. Actually defends quite well against certain builds, huh? Blocks a lot of soldiers for a while. Blocks a lot of cards in mono red. Swift Spear even has a rough time getting over this without like a monstrous raid. So, okay. And then for 2 and a black, you can transform Concealing Curtains. Activate only as a sorcery. Sorcery? That was weird. Transforms into Revealing Eye. This is a 3/4 Eye Horror. Nice. It has Menace. When this creature transforms into Revealing Eye, target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, that player discards that card, then draws a card. Okay. So if you are activating Revealing Eye, one thing I like about this, well, one thing that kind of sucks is, yeah, the opponent replaces it with that card draw. But something that's kind of cool is if you have Sheoldred on the board, of course, then at least you're punishing them for that extra card draw as well. All 4 Sheoldreds, man, it's going to go a very long way, as it always does. And you know what? While we're here in the 4 mana spot, Phyrexian Obliterator made the cut as a 1 of. I am seeing a lot of mono red, so Obliterator obliterates mono red. Can be absolutely devastating, a tremendous blocker, and it is pretty hard sometimes for mono red to actually get to 5 damage. And if they do, all of a sudden they're sacrificing everything. Bro, that is brutal stuff. So yeah, 4 mana, 5/4, trample. Whenever a source deals damage to Phyrexian Obliterator, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents. Guys, I think it really says something about the power level of Standard that we like rarely get to see Phyrexian Obliterator. Like, that blows my mind, dude. It's because Sheoldred is the 4 mana pick, right? I'm pretty sure. Like, if Sheoldred didn't exist, maybe Obliterator would be a 4 of. But even that, I don't know. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's just because there's so much other spot removal all the time. Either way, it's an incredible power for just 4 mana. And we want to get to 4 mana as soon as possible, hopefully right on turn 4. So we want to be able to play a land every single turn. Are opting for 25 total land in here, but check this out. 2 of them are actually Hidden Necropolis, because I think this build won't care too much if there's going to be a turn here or there where we actually have a land enter tapped. And then for 4 and a black, you can tap this, sack it, discover 4, activate only as a sorcery. Could you imagine discovering 4 and then just hitting that Sheoldred? It's possible. It's very possible, actually. So yeah, a couple Hidden Necropolis. I think it's going to go a long way in here. Abandoned Mire, of course. I don't know why I chose to go over the land all of a sudden right now, but hey, we might as well continue by going over the top end of the build. A couple. Aclazotz, Deepest Betrayal, fitting that discard theme as well. So it's a 5 mana, 4/4, legendary creature, Bat God, has flying and lifelink. That lifelink is actually really good on this, man. So whenever Aclazotz attacks, each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, which will hopefully be often, right? You draw a card. Okay. Whenever an opponent discards a land card, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. That's cool. And whenever this dies, you return it to the battlefield tapped and transformed under its owner's control. So it is a Temple of the Dead when it's tapped and transformed. The land, you can tap it for a black, or you can pay 2 and a black. Tap it, transform Temple of the Dead, activate only if a player has 1 or fewer cards in hand and only as a sorcery. Again, hopefully that's just like all the time in this build. So if they do end up killing this, they really want to exile it, because I think it's going to be super easy to flip this back into a 4/4 flying lifelink creature, man. Okay, what else do we got packed into the build? Just an intense amount of power with Graveyard Trespasser as a 4 of in here. The ward cost might be pretty steep for an opponent that is running out of cards in their hand, huh? A couple Tenacious Underdog, because it is excellent. We got some removal with Sheoldred's Edict. We have a couple Go for the Throats. We have a couple Bitter Triumphs, which also, one of the cost of the Bitter Triumph is discard a card. So if you have like Raven Man out there and you happen to discard a card, so even if the opponent's not discarding, at the very least, maybe you're generating some birdies of your own. Bitter Triumph is also in here to pick up Planeswalkers. That's the same concept with the Sheoldred's Edict. I am seeing a ton of Planeswalkers being played right now, too. Got more front removal with Cut Down just being an excellent one, huh? And we have a little bit of early ramp with a couple Greedy Freebooters here, too. Like, there's no sacrifice theme going on. I just wanted another 1-mana card, and sometimes Freebooter ends up just being like a turn 3 Sheoldred. You know what I mean? Like Greedy Freebooter, it's a 1-mana 1/1. When it dies, you scry 1 and you create that treasure token, just so that early ramp. Like, there's going to be moments where the opponent just doesn't want to block this because they really don't want you to have a turn 3 Sheoldred. So at least it's getting through that way. I really like the concept of Freebooter in general. Even outside of sacrifice builds, I'm curious to see how much it's actually going to do, just as a 2 of. But this could also be your 1-drop of choice as well. Like, Evolved Sleeper is ridiculously powerful. Totally swap those out, no worries, I would say. Is that everything already, guys? No, we got more removal. This is the most removal I've ever played with, guys. Literally ever. Now, that's what I got to do. One of these times, because I make the joke all the time, I don't play with enough removal. One of these times, I just have to make a deck, it's literally just removal, right? And of course, we'd have to have like creature removal, because win cons are important too, but still. Pile on, 4 mana, instant speed, rock and convoke, so our creatures can help cast this. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Okay, and Surveil too. Nice. I think Pylon's a little bit underplayed. And in this build, we are getting a decent amount of creatures out as well. Especially if we do have a Raven Man on the board generating those birds. Maybe that Convoke actually goes the extra mile. Surveil 2 in this build just kind of acting as like a scry. But there's going to be moments where you surveil some creatures to the grave and then you don't mind picking those up when you swing with your Trespasser to gain a little bit of life there too. So all that's really cool. No honorable mentions today, guys. We see mono black like all the time. Mono black mid-range especially. And in this scenario, it's like mono black discard built around the Liliana and everything. And I still feel like we see that every now and then. So let me know what should have been in the honorable mentions. Do you have a build similar to this? If so, what cards did you opt for? Either way, let's go ahead. Enough rambling, huh? Let's go ahead, take this into some ranked and see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first game here. Heck yeah, we do. Okay, what am I expecting from the build? I expect a lot. I think it's going to be good. I do. And why? I've played with this build already. I did. I don't even want to call them test matches. I originally made it just for myself, and it did really, really well. So here we are making a video of it. Yeah, so I am expecting a bit. I'm actually expecting a bit from Raven Man, too. It should have a huge target on its back. Opponent, no. I liked my hand. I guess there was a chance that we didn't see land there, though. Right? So we had the turn 1, keep that cut down open, right? Hit anything aggressive from the opponent. Turn 2, Raven Man, hope it survives. And then turn 3, like, options for days as long as we drew a land in those first 2. Okay. Sometimes I get asked why I keep those early concedes in, and it's because we only get a limited amount of hand showcases. So showcasing the hand is important. That's why we got chapters down at the bottom of the video, timestamps in the description as well. And when I remember in those shorter matches, I go ahead and I put there, like I say, opponent early concedes or something along those lines, right? So if you don't want to see the hand being showcased, always feel free to skip right ahead. Okay, opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? Hopefully, actually bringing something to the table this time round. Oh, good hand again. Oh, look at the curve, bro. Ooh, buddy. That's good stuff. Restless Bivouac, okay. Freebooter for sure. I don't think we keep the cut down open, even though against Boros, there could be a lot of great stuff to cut down. Coppercoat Vanguard, yeah, there's an example, huh? So we could ramp. we could swing. Ramp into our third, go -2 on Liliana. Or we could just wait for the turn. Which I believe we do. We wait for the turn, keep this as a chump blocker. And maybe we just ramp right into Sheoldred then. The problem is going up against a Boros-style build. Oh, Ash, nice. Nice. A good swing. I'd say we wouldn't accept that trade. Oh, but they offer up the Vanguard trade. We should probably take that, though, right? And then still play Sheoldred. Anyways, the big issue... I'm going to send that. Big issue with ramping into Sheoldred here is if they play their third mana, they can just immediately drop the Brutal Cathar, you know? But at least we have removal, like, removal galore for Cathars and stuff, so... And yeah, it could have been Liliana. And go -2, get rid of that Ash. But I'll tell you what, man. Oh, they found immediate removal for the Sheoldred too with Destroy Evil. Very nice, opponent. Very nice. A good removal spell to have. Cleans up Sheoldred very nicely, huh? Okay, Liliana, -2. Keep cut down open for their turn. Tenacious Underdog. Cut down open. Opponent cleaned things up nicely. I still think this Coppercoat Vanguard was worth the trade, though. What do you guys think? So -2 is great. And cut down open is great because when they find another hasty creature, that's what the cut down's for. So we get to keep Liliana around and attempt that lockdown that I named the deck after. We still have 3 more Sheoldreds. Phyrexian Obliterator would be great against this deck, but they might have a 2-of with Destroy Evil, so... Warden of the Inner Sky. Coppercoat Vanguard. Okay. Coppercoat Vanguard is the hit here for sure. Being able to play 2 creatures on the same turn is key to getting out of that Liliana lockdown for sure. Okay, what do I discard here? Underdog, play Trespasser, right? So start with the +1.
Drop it.
Underdog to the grave. We could... Yeah, it's Trespasser. A little bit of life gain goes a long way, too. Go ahead and pick up their Anim. I don't know if it matters too much, but you never know. You never know. Some of these builds might have one of those cards that grabs like mana value 3 or less from the grave and just slams it onto the board. Yeah, we're slowly fizzling out over here, actually, which is pretty scary. Oh, Liliana going back down to 1.
Be more annoying.
Okay, Liliana. It's okay. Calm down. I don't know if I've ever heard her scream that before. That's pretty funny. Man, I really don't want to discard either of these. I'd love to play this. That would be so good. I'm pretty sure we keep Pylon open for the turn. Isn't going to flip. Okay. Liliana's chilling for now. And we're going to keep a Pylon open to see if we can find... a land for the Aclazotz. Yeah, I think that's fine. And they don't block here. We could have kept a blocker back, but I don't think so. And yeah, I don't want to discard that. This could be so good against them, guys. Like flying lifelink 4/4 in the air, and then if they don't have exile removal, also flipping it to nighttime's pretty good for us too. If they play a hasty creature full swing at Liliana, then the Liliana is going to go bye-bye. Adeline. Oh, that works too, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. But they might go one to face, but I'm pretty sure they go all to Liliana to make sure they play around a spot removal. Yep. Liliana is out of the equation, but that's okay. What am I doing here? I almost took out Warden. Yeah, no, Liliana's dying either way. So what I should have done was take out the Adeline before the swing so they didn't get the 1-1, and then Liliana would have died either way. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. We wanted to pile on Adeline before they got this 1-1 down. Okay. Hidden Necropolis to the grave. I want the untapped land to make sure we can play our 5-drop. I guess we start with a swing. That's fine. Pick up a couple things out of the grave. Vanguard, Adeline. Again, you never know. I'm making sure to choose appropriately. And yeah, letting them have that 1-1 from the swing could potentially be really bad. You know, any amount of extra creatures here where when we have cards that say sacrifice could be really bad for us, so we'll see. Instant removal for the Deepest Betrayal. Yeah, Destroy Evil number 2. Okay, flips into a land. We're not out of this by any means, but we are fizzling out slowly but surely. They have 1 card. Activate only if a player has 1 or fewer cards in hand, so we get to flip this back right away. It doesn't have haste or anything fancy, though. But, I mean, we do it. It's not underdog for the turn, is it? Wait a minute. It is underdog for the turn, guys. I just missed lethal damage. Right? Because of my graveyard. Yeah. I just missed lethal. I'm sorry about that. Well, let's hope that whatever they top deck doesn't win them the game. Oh, sorry about that, guys. That's funny. Lunarch Veteran. Ah, nice. Yeah, luckily, yeah, Deepest Betrayal is going to get there. They can power up Bivouac, too. We had so much life gain throughout this whole thing. Like, we were pretty solid overall. GG, opponent. GG. Yeah, because they were... Wait, yeah, I did miss lethal, right? They were completely tapped out there. That's something to consider. We generate pretty good value the whole time. Surveil 2 once again on the pylon. Every time I've played with pylon, it's decent. And just like lining up that land, making sure we actually were able to get our 5-drop down was excellent. Aclazotz proving itself for me once again too. Like the fact that it needs to be exiled or it comes back so easily. There are way too many scenarios where the opponent's hand is empty. And then like that's just kicking them while they're down. Like, what? You don't have any cards? Well, check out my Bat God. Let me just flip that over again. We go first here. This is a fine hand, I would say. Drawing into something like Liliana would be pretty good. We have Cut Down open, Raven Man ready for next turn. I'll pick that up. Before they get any life gain with it, I'll pick it up. A good hit, man. There's a lot of other great stuff that we could have hit with that Cut Down too, but it's fine. Playing this back from the grave as well, Luminous Phantom. Yeah, we're trying to plug damage through regardless, so... Tenacious Underdog, not bad. Start with the swing, see what happens. Okay, Underdog. Yeah, grabbing anything there that we could play, even if we're not optimizing the land, totally fine. That would have been a great turn for our hidden... our Discover land that I can't remember the name of right now. A good trade for us. Let's see it. I think they take the 3 here. Curving out nicely now. Got a very powerful lineup for our 4 and 5. Sheoldred doing a thing for now. Down to 13. Gala Greeters, cool. Catilda. Nice. Do they gain life here? Or I guess it depends what's in hand. They go for the life gain. I agree with that pick. Like if there was something in hand that they needed the treasure for, of course, then that would be a different ball game. Uh-oh. Both of our Aclazotz are in hand. Maybe that ends up being okay, though. Where do you guys suppose the double blocks would be? A trade into Underdog, still really good. We don't want that block to happen. Okay, we swing, dude. We swing. Any double blocks into that Sheoldred would be good for us. We take it. Aclazotz, number 1. Okay, spot removal might be something the opponent wants to do here. This also could be like a Destroy Evil style build. You know, have a couple Destroy Evils packed in, be able to take care of enchantments and the Sheoldreds of the game. Or in the air regardless, they could definitely go wide enough here. Oh yeah, the block on the ground. Oh, but now if they swing, we have really good blocks too. You know? Like we trade into the Galagreeters for sure. Or we block the Galagreeters. Gain a little bit of life. We should block the Catilda as well. Okay, so we go here. We go here, right? I think that's fine. Or maybe... No, yeah, it was Galagreeters over the king, right? Maybe the king? But, like, I don't think so. The king would have made those 1/1s instead. This is a lot. 1, 2... They'd have to block with all 3 of these to kill the Sheoldred, then they take the 7. Do I just keep blockers back? Because they're going to flip this Rabble Rousing eventually too. Gonna have to discard. Okay, full swing. They don't know what's in hand, guys. Any blocks here are fine. We'll be able to blitz out the Underdog next turn and start drawing that way too. If they discard a land, we'll get a bat as well. Gonna be a tribute to the World Tree. Okay, block the Underdog, and they chump the Sheoldred. That happens to be decent. Yeah, so they wouldn't have had the block into the Underdog. I draw off of Underdog? Probably. As long as we don't die, as long as they don't spam 28 damage to our face next turn. It's worth the draw, I would say. Pile on. Nice. Also the draw, of course, we get the 2 life back because Sheoldred. Wandering Emperor? Oh, buddy. Opponent's in this. That is like the key card, man. That is excellent. They get life gain here. They exile the Deepest Betrayal. So it doesn't flip into that land. Oh, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. I got a little bit too excited for the opponent there for a second. They got a cool deck. Like, you know, gotta root for them sometimes. They go for the swing because they generate more. Taken 4. Pylon's great, man. We get to take out that Wandering Emperor without any worries, but I think the big thing here is, of course, just trying to deal that last 4 damage. 2, 3. Got the plus on the Emperor if they want. Take 1. Okay, it's Aclazotz number 2. Pretty good. And they still have that triple block into the Sheoldred, so we probably just keep Pylon open. Or they... Yeah, no. If we tap Sheoldred, we won't have Pylon anymore. Okay. Man, that Wandering Emperor was sick. Holy cow. What if they get the Rabble Rousing Hideaway next turn? They have 5 creatures, guys. They do. We're forced to block here, actually. Or, no. Before combat, we'll take one of their creatures out. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Okay, I put a stop there. I don't skip past it. I've been doing that a lot recently. Just, like, spamming through the button and missing my chance. And we'll want to hit the King Darien here for less damage, too. Yep, cool deck, opponent. I wonder what they have sitting under that Rabble Rousing, huh? The Pylon Surveil is going to be super key here as well. Yeah, all we got to do is make sure before they swing that the Kingdarian dies. And maybe they have protection in hand. You know? You never know. They go for that 2-2. Wandering Emperor out of the equation. That's good news. Okay, here it comes. So yeah, we're taking our blockers out of the equation. However, the rabble rousing won't flip. And we're at 28, so no way. We should have done it on our turn, guys. Oh, they activate the Kingdarian's ability, maybe? Sacrifice Kingdarian. Okay, so we don't get the surveil. They could have done that on their turn, or on our turn too, right? Yeah, you don't have to tap this or anything. Join the dance, cool. Sorcery speed. Dude, oh buddy. Oh buddy. And they're at 3 as well. They're gonna keep the flyer back, yep. So if we chose removal on the flyer instead, we would have taken more damage, but taken their flyer out of the equation. They found a second rabble rousing. This is anyone's game, which is very scary to think about. Yeah, they might as well play everything out of hand because Aclazotz. Okay, they flipped that. Guys, we're not there. We're simply not there. The trade, they have, if that rabble rousing is anything that buffs this board state. Join the dance, that's their flashback. They have nothing in hand. Draw a card off of the swing there too. Let's see, we'll have 3 open because what we could do is we could find a Trespasser on the deepest betrayal. We're gaining 4 here regardless. Land. Getting another 2 from the Sheoldred draw. It depends what's under that rabble rousing deed, I'll tell you what. They have a lot of mana here with the Cradle of the Sun. They say, okay, Sheoldred, enough is enough. They chump there. They got to chump in the air, yep. They say, enough is enough, Sheoldred. Ooh, okay, that's fine. Take out the Samurai, right? Or no, take out everything. Because of the Death Touch. There we go. I guess, does the ordering matter, or would the Death Touch have hit them all anyways? Not really sure. We're up to 31. Oh, bunch of life gain. Crap, dude. Crap. Each opponent discards a card. So we ended up drawing this swamp then. So it's okay to go ahead and play this, because even if we see... Okay, Concealing Curtains just going to chill for a second. It looks like their rabble rousing is going to go off either way. Liliana. Oh, man. Oh, no, that wouldn't have done much anyways. Never mind, never mind. Yeah, they have... They swing, they're going to have 12 1/1s coming through, and they gain so much life here. What a match, dude. This is fun. A lot of puzzles to think through, and the opponent's, like, really popping off. The biggest thing that I should have done... Oh, they just hit a Lunarch Veteran off the rabble rousing. Okay, okay. Well, at that point, as long as we can get through in the air here nicely... No, they're going up to 11. Oh, Obliterator. That's good, that's good. Let's start with the draw. We could go Tenacious Underdog, swing on the ground, but probably not. We're going to be forced to chump that queen. And they're continuously generating with rabble rousing. So they're going to gain... They're going to gain so much, dude. So as long as they don't find removal for Obliterator, they have to hold the queen back. We just block one of their 1/1s. I can't believe this, dude. Opponent's really, really pulling this back. The life gain on the veteran being super key here. I go Liliana, and we start going plus. Maybe some of them, I mean, they just swing towards Liliana then too. Concealing Curtains can at least take him out. Yeah, the double rabble rousing. Being really good. Maybe. No. Okay, yeah. We play it out, we go plus. Guys, I can't believe it. But I now think this is heavily leaning towards the opponent. The Lunarch Veteran was actually really, really good. Oh, the queen, the queen, the queen. Oh, I got so excited, man. I was like, oh, we don't want to highlight over that. But dude, good game, opponent. This has got to be theirs now, right? And it could all come down to me just not taking out their flyer that turn. Rough business, man. Let's get that scry. Yeah, they're up to 43. I don't think we're going to get the 43 through, guys. I don't think we're going to. Abandoned Mire. Dude, I can't believe it. So, did we know it was in the opponent's hand? Did we know it was in the opponent's hand that turn? We can go +1 here.
You won't
To create that. Get to create that bat. Cool stuff. We can flip Concealing Curtain. We can draw on the underdog. Either way, we're like dead next turn. So let's go for the draw on the underdog here. And they can successfully block there regardless. Gonna be another swamp off the top from the Aclazotz. We're going back up to 20. And at this point, we might as well flip the Concealing Curtains too. Just to do everything that the deck could possibly do. Generate off of Raven Man, draw off of Underdog. Another Swamp. Ew. Yeah, so full swing. Let's see how much they gain from this Lunarch Veteran. Guys, I can't believe it came down to me just not taking out their chump blocker in the air. I can't believe it. That would be really funny if they swung with the Queen and then like the Obliterator. Although first strike would have to happen to stop this madness. Up to 88. Oh, they swung with the Veteran this time. We have a chance. Oh my goodness, 140. Rough business, man. Look, we can block with the bat too. Dude, good game. Very good game, very fun deck. That must have been very satisfying for them. Minus 27. Darn, guys, I apologize for that one. It was a really cool game though, regardless. But yeah, no, I have to apologize for not taking out that... What is it called when it's in the air? Luminous Phantom. If I would have just convoked that instead of the King Darien, they wouldn't have had a blocker in the air. And again, I don't think we knew it was in their hand, but maybe we did. Like, I guess it could have been instant speed spot removal for all we knew at that time. And so it still could have taken out the bat in the air, but I don't think that's what they ended up having anyways. So I do think that our deck would have had that if I would have optimally played, unfortunately. We go first, but okay, I guess, right? Like I don't think it's that bad, but going first might mean that there's no cut down targets. Oh, opponent. Okay, there will be some cut down targets. Greedy Freebooter a turn too late, but that's okay because if Raven Man gets picked up, we have a pretty cool turn 3. Replenish that Raven Man, get that Freebooter down. Yep, so it's out of here. Oh, Jund. Oh. And Raven Man. Yeah, if they kill that Freebooter, then we'll have the ramp into Sheoldred even without drawing a land. Although drawing a land would be much better, of course. Nice. Easy peasy. We can have them discard. Glissa's rough. Cut down doesn't hit it, of course. But the Freebooter chump could be really good because we get that scry. We don't need the ramp now, but we could scry into like a 5-mana card, for example, our Aclazotz. Or something along those lines. Unleash the Inferno. Get that Sheoldred out of here, they say. I'll chump for the turn. That scry, let's see it. Bitter Triumph. Okay. Glissa's a target, to say the least. So, 2 cards get a... enchantment. Redraw. Okay. Let's do it. Let's start with the swing. Let's do the discard. Let's get our 1/1. It seems relatively bad because it's a 2-for-1, but we are getting the birdie. We fizzled out pretty fast here, unfortunately. We lost a lot of value very, very fast, just from simple plays from the opponent. Uh-oh, Sheoldred, guys. See, that's a much bigger target. Yep. 5th mana. I guess it's not terrible. Start with the Raven Man's ability. I'm not planning on swinging with him. Land. Okay. The birdies can't block anyway, so they got a good swing with Sheoldred. More birdies. We got to figure out a way to generate more value, and that's going to start by not seeing land off the top. Glissa, these cut downs, dude. The double cut downs not doing anything against this build. Going for 4. Going down to 12 off of the draw. We need something great here. Oh no, go for the throat for our Raven Man. Oh yeah, we really, really need something great. Look, they're actually starting to fizzle out too, but they have a lot more value on the table. Graveyard Trespasser, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Now we get some life gain back. Still swinging in the air quite successfully. It doesn't block the Sunslayer well. Yeah, we really wanted to see like Trespasser last turn as well, you know what I mean? Like that extra land really, really didn't do anything for us. We have the Restless Cottage to power up. Cut down. Cut down looking a little silly in hand right now. If we don't block, we lose this turn. So we are forced to block here, guys. Yeah, because we take 11, then 2 from the Sheoldred. So we might as well stop them from replenishing their hand and take the 8 instead. And then we're going down to 3. The cut down's just open to hit the birdies, I'm assuming. I'm assuming that's why this is glowing. Yeah. I got a little scared there for a second, so I wanted to check. Oh no, more land. Oh no, down to 3. Swing with our birdies, let the opponent swing on in. How far are we, guys? 37 minutes in. Oh, we got time for one more. Let's do it. Let them have their swing first, get their quest done. Good game, buddy. Jund. We don't see too much Jund. You like to see it. So I wonder if Jund was the... I wonder if Jund was... Yeah, what's the red in there for? What do you guys suppose? Like, Unleash the Inferno can't be the only card they're splashing red for, right? So there's gotta be something else. I mean, it could just be Unleash the Inferno. It is a pretty value-heavy card. You take out something and then, boom, take out a wedding announcement at the same time. Yeah. It might be, but no, there's got to be... Oh, Jund, yeah, Blood Tithe Harvester, right? Yeah, extra removal, extra ways to plug damage through effectively. See, if they played a Blood Tithe Harvester against us, those cut downs would have had great targets. Opponent goes first. This is an excellent hand. Let's keep this. See this Hidden Necropolis actually do a thing today too. Oh. I want to keep cut down open. Oh, I'm going to go to Necropolis, and hopefully they don't play something too worthy of a cut down. Rel's Hive, okay. Yeah, we have double cut down in hand again. That is the only 2 in the build. Okay, set up with a Raven Man because Liliana is available for next turn. And instead of going minus, we might go plus. Rel's Hive, okay. These can't block, so... Oh, that can block, though. We could go Underdog, cut down the Skull Dweller. Like some Orzhov Toxic, potentially, right? We go plus, discard. Okay. It's Liliana plus. Yeah.
No more distractions.
I'm okay with ditching a swamp here. I think the cut downs are going to be going to come in handy. And I'm going to try to just play out Underdog next turn. We have like double swamp in hand, so like there's a chance that we just see 3 swamps off the top for the next 3 turns. So we better just like wait, hold back. Okay. Generate some air power off of the Raven Man and see where they swing. Yeah, this is going to get out of hand pretty fast. Like the -2 on the Liliana is not going to be able to do too much. Annex Sentry. That's not good, guys. Oh, wait. Cut down does hit it. Okay. Yeah, it's a 1/4. And Liliana's still around, so we still have the plus. And maybe it will be the Underdog, depending on what we draw. It looks like they're considering how much value is Liliana generating us, and should they just go poison to face for a more aggressive play? Right? I didn't freeze over here, did I? Opponent? Is the timer supposed to start? How long does it take for the timer to start? Am I just being impatient over here? I'm a little concerned that I froze right now. Guys, send help. Oh, there it is. Maybe I was just being really impatient. Okay, so cut down the Annex Sentry for sure. Into there, we got a swing in the air. I guess we'll get rid of the Necropolis. Well, no, we could play the Necropolis successfully. Hit the Annex Sentry. The other cut down is going to be excellent, especially if they play another Annex Sentry. Draining their hand quite nicely, I'd think. Okay, I'll actually play both of these, more blockers too. So I am going to discard a land here. And it's going to be Necropolis, so we can play the untapped source. It was a charge of mites, huh? So start with the swing. This can't block. Get an additional blocker down with the Underdog, and then we have the cut down open as well. Oh, anyone's game for sure, dude. Now that we both don't have any cards in hand, we're both generating tokens. Unfortunately, the opponent's generating tokens much faster than us. However, they're also losing life while they're doing that, so... Let's see where the swing lands. Okay, all to Liliana. I'll cut down the Skull Dweller because of the Death Touch. And we block with Underdog. We don't trade with Ravenman, and we successfully keep Liliana alive here. Without a -2, though, it might do nothing next turn, especially since they have no cards in hand anyways. This is still fine, though, right? We're trying to do as much as possible with the Raven Man. More blockers. Opponent discards a card, activate only as a sorcery. Freebooter, plus the Liliana. These can't block, so we are going to go full swing, I think. I think we can keep up pace. Let's not forget they have Mirex. All of these have poison, so that they start going face here. I think at this point, we're going to have no choice here in a second. We're going to have no choice but to outpace a ridiculous amount of poison. So getting them down to 7 could be key. If they swing all to face, that's 5 poison. We do have the Freebooter block. They're going down to 5. Yep. Their top deck matters because none of these can block. GG opponent. Let's go, guys. Feels good. Feels great. I've been seeing a lot of neat stuff in the meta. Like, overall, the meta's, yes, a lot of fun that game. Overall, the meta's pretty brutal. A lot of really, really powerful decks, but I've been seeing a lot of neat variety. You guys let me know in the comments. Have you also been seeing a lot of neat variety as well, or? All right, guys. 44 minutes in. Gonna go ahead and wrap up there. I did not complete my weekly wins this week. The holiday videos, man. The holiday jank was pretty brutal. Pretty brutal stuff. So I need 3 more victories to wrap up the weekly wins. What pack do we got here? Oh, a couple. Lost Caverns of Ixalan. That's nice. And we're going to get a rare wild card too. Good stuff, man. Another rare wild card. That's what you like to see, dude. And Deep Fathom Echo. Nice. All right. Go over the deck one more time. How did we do today with it? Did we get like 50% win rate? Like I said earlier, or at least I'm pretty sure I said this earlier. I played with this a bit off camera, like outside of a video. I just kind of put it together for myself to try out some discard and see how it was. And those matches were wild. Very, like a lot of power packed in. And a lot of the games that we showcased here today, we kind of like were fizzling out pretty fast. So maybe some more card draw could help the build a little bit. There's not too much we could pack in as far as card draw goes. Like maybe like Phyrexian Arena. I don't know about that. Or like one of the cards where you sacrifice one of your creatures and then draw a couple. I don't know about that either. Like we don't have that many creatures in here that we wouldn't mind sacrificing. So Aclazotz, I love this dude. Actually, and if I would have just done less misplays and just more calculated plays, we would have won a little bit more today, right? Against that one rabble-rousing build, I do believe we could have won that if I would have just taken out their flyer, and I was just being silly, man. And then we ended up losing. So, yeah, overall, the deck performed pretty well, about what you'd expect. Like, look at all this power, man. 4 Sheoldreds, 4 Trespassers, 4 Lilianas, two Tenacious Underdogs, the cut down, the go for the throat, the Triumph, the Pylon, just terrific removal. If we saw more aggressive decks, that Concealing Curtain really does come into play. I would have loved to see this do a little bit more today, because even when you flip this into Revealing Eye, a 3/4 Menace helps you wrap up the game pretty fast, especially if you activate this one turn in a row, get rid of your opponent's board wipe, and then activate another one next turn, get rid of your opponent's Wandering Emperor. All of a sudden, you're swinging in with that Menace, and every turn, the menacing creatures are getting by. Yeah, I like Concealing Curtains. I feel like it's underplayed. I love that it pairs with the discard theme really nicely too. Hidden Necropolis, I think I'd still keep these in here. I really, really don't think they're going to hold you up too often. And more often than not, you're going to get into that mid to late game. And yeah, I guess start to fizzle out like we were today at least. And that Discover could go a long way. Grab a Sheoldred out the deck, right? Obliterator, Liliana out the deck. Why not? You never know. At a lot of those games, the -2 on a Liliana wasn't doing too much, so we really weren't able to put the opponent in a Liliana lockdown state like they so often do to us. However, it's going to happen, I promise. There's going to be moments you get 2 Lilianas in hand, and you're able to take their creatures effectively off the board. -2, they play a couple creatures, right? You go for the throw at one of them. You got +1 on the Liliana, chump block the other creature. Then you have the -2 available on the Liliana. Play the second Liliana. Like, like that state is pretty easy to get into, I'd say. And, you know, you're dwindling their hand down, making it so that way they can't successfully play 2 creatures when they really desperately need to get 2 creatures onto the board. And, yep. Yeah, it's going to happen for sure. And the 25 land felt fine. Sometimes it felt like too much. Sometimes it felt like 27. That's just kind of how Magic the Gathering goes, right? Overall, though, it didn't feel like too little, right? It never felt like we had 21 in here. It always felt like we had a really good chance of playing anything we needed to play out of our hands. So the 25 is perfect, I'd say. You guys could definitely feel how it's trying to be a little bit more aggressive than some of the mono black mid-range decks. Raven Man just pooping out some birds. It's decent. It is. Like flying in, poking the opponent's face every turn with a couple birdies. Yeah. I like it. I like Raven Man a lot. It does have a huge target on its back, unfortunately, and it does die to a lot of different things. It kind of trades up when it comes time, you know, against like a 3/2 or something. At least Raven Man still blocks it really well in trades. So, yeah, cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. I like it. Overall, this week's videos, I had a lot of fun, so that's good news, right? Guys, if you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you. Also, I forget if I mentioned it in this video. This is the end of a very long recording day. So I forget if I said it this video or if it was the last video, but we do have that Discord link as well as that Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. The Patreon really goes a long way in supporting the channel. So I don't get to say this enough. Thank you so much to all my patrons, like for real. Okay, guys. Hey, I will see you in the next video.